Welcome back to Bike Extraction, the channel where we uncover the machines that defined eras and changed the way the world rides. Today's story is about a motorcycle that didn't just sell well, it created an entirely new category. The bike is none other than the Honda CB750, the machine that many call the world's first superbike. Picture this, it's the late 1960s. Rock music is at its peak, muscle cars roar on the streets, and motorcycles are dominated by British twins and American V-twins. Riders love the sound and feel of their Triumphs, BSAs, Nortons, and Harleys, but they also live with oil leaks, unreliable electrics, and questionable brakes. Into this world steps Honda, a company that, until then, was best known in the West for making small, polite commuter bikes. Nobody expected them to change the game. And then, in 1969, Honda dropped a bombshell, the CB750 Four. Honda's founder, Soichiro Honda, had always believed that motorcycles should combine performance with reliability. In the mid-1960s, Honda dominated racing, winning the Isle of Man TT and Grand Prix championships. But in the United States, the world's biggest motorcycle market, riders wanted bigger, faster, more powerful machines. Honda listened. They set out to design a motorcycle that could challenge not just British twins, but also capture the imagination of American riders who were drawn to speed and innovation. The CB750's 736 cubic centimeters air-cooled inline-four engine was groundbreaking. 4 cylinders meant smoother power delivery, less vibration, and more performance than the parallel twins of the era. The engine had a single overhead camshaft, produced 67 horsepower at 8,000 RPM, and delivered a top speed of around 125 miles per hour. In 1969, that kind of speed was reserved for exotic bikes or racing machines, not something you could buy at your local Honda dealer for just $1,495. The CB750 wasn't just about the engine. It introduced technology that riders had never seen on a mass-produced motorcycle. The front hydraulic disc brake was a revelation. While competitors struggled with fading drum brakes, Honda gave riders reliable, powerful stopping performance. Add to that an electric starter, a kill switch, and a level of refinement unheard of at the time. It was user-friendly, fast, and reliable, qualities that didn't exist together in motorcycles before the CB750. Visually, the CB750 was striking. The long, flat seat, sculpted fuel tank, and that glorious 4x4 exhaust system gave it a sound and look unlike anything else. Each pipe sang its own note, blending into a howl that became instantly iconic. Riders didn't just ride the CB750, they made an entrance. It had presence, it had personality, and it had the performance to back it up. Motorcycles of the 1960s often demanded as much wrenching as riding. Oil leaks, electrical failures, and constant adjustments were part of ownership. The CB750 changed that overnight. Riders who bought the bike found that it would start every morning, run cleanly, and survive long trips without complaint. Honda's production quality and attention to detail set new industry standards. Reliability wasn't just a selling point, it was part of the CB750's DNA. The CB750 forced every other manufacturer to respond. Triumph, Norton, Harley-Davidson, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Yamaha, all of them had to rethink their approach. Kawasaki, in fact, was already working on a big twin, but when they saw the CB750, they pivoted and developed the Z1900, a direct rival that arrived in 1972. In this way, the CB750 didn't just succeed on its own. It ignited the Superbike wars of the 1970s. Beyond its showroom success, the CB750 became a cultural symbol. It was the bike of choice for cafe racer builders, custom chopper creators, and performance tuners. Its inline-four engine could take abuse, and aftermarket companies quickly developed parts to push it further. Even today, custom shops around the world still use the CB750 as a base, proving its timeless appeal. Early, sandcast, CB750s, so named because their engine cases were produced with sandcasting molds, are among the most sought-after vintage motorcycles. Clean, original examples have sold for $30,000 or more at auctions in the US. But beyond value, the CB750's legacy is its influence. Every modern sport bike, from the Suzuki GSX-R to the Honda CB-R line, owes something to the blueprint Honda set in 1969. Without the CB750, the Superbike era might never have arrived when it did. The Honda CB750 wasn't just a product, it was a turning point. It blended performance, reliability, affordability, and style in a way no bike had before. Over half a century later, it's remembered not just as a motorcycle, but as the birth of the Superbike.